Everyone talks about weight loss and how important it is to lose weight, see that scale number go down, and it is important, but looking at the scale every single day actually almost made me quit, believe it or not. So for the longest time, I was so focused on seeing that scale number go down. Every week I wanted to see it drop. And even every day I would feel happy if I got a really low read on the scale that day. Even though I knew it was mostly water weight and it could fluctuate, it would really get me excited. And then it got to the point where if it didn't go down, I was pretty upset and I felt like I needed to cut a little harder or lower my deficit a little more. And I would kind of overdo it and then end up reversing and binging, all because of the scale. What I changed and what actually has helped me stay way more consistent and feel a lot better about myself is something a lot less exciting than the number going down on the scale. And y'all could probably guess what it is. So instead of measuring my body weight all the time, which I still do, but instead of focusing on that, I'm a lot happier to focus on my waist size, believe it or not. So I started measuring my waist with the actual tape measure, and that's made a huge difference. So I went from 38 inches, my waist was 38 inches back in like the beginning of April, and it's currently at 33 and a half inches. So I've lost about 5.5 inches on my waist, and you could probably know that's a huge difference. Like, my pants fit way different. I need basically a new wardrobe, and I'm gonna keep cutting. So I'm not buying new clothes yet because it's just gonna get too big again. But at the end of the day, that waist measurement made the craziest difference for me, and I didn't think it was gonna be the case, because the thing that messed me up a lot was when I was looking at just my body weight on the scale. It kind of gave me a false sense, because every time I'd get a salty dinner or a salty meal and I retained water, my body weight would go up and I felt like it wasn't making as much progress. Or if I got poor sleep, it made my body weight go up. Or, if I drank too much water, or if I weighed myself at a different time of the day. There's too many different factors that messed me up with how much weight I was actually losing. And so although over time it would trend down, it was too many fluctuations that would kind of mess up my psyche a little bit. The waist, it doesn't change. It's the same every day, and when it goes down, it goes down. That's it. And so measuring my waist every 2 weeks really helped me see real progress every single 2 weeks. It was really cool. And so at the end of the day, more important than tracking your weight is going to be tracking your waist. It's just really that simple. So if you want to track something, and only one thing, make sure you're tracking your calories. But something else, make sure you're tracking your waist, because that's going to make the biggest difference, and it's going to be real cool to see that. Now, for me, that waist trending down made me a lot more confident, and it allowed me to stay more consistent at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, y'all, losing pounds, losing the weight, it felt good, because right now I can confidently say I'm about 200 pounds down from 225, but the waist, it was more visual. You could actually see it. And that's a lot cooler than just a number, because someone could lose 10 pounds and half of it be muscle and barely lose anything on their waist. And guess what? They're still overweight. So the weight isn't the most important thing at the end of the day, because you could be at a high body fat percentage and be at a healthy weight. That's not quite always the same thing. And so I believe, like, when I was actually measuring my waist and I saw that coming down, it made me truly believe that I was changing my body composition rather than just losing weight. It's two completely different goals. Something to remember. And so I'm still not where I need to be, of course. Like, I haven't hit my goal yet. I'm ideally trying to get down to around a 30 or 29, maybe 28-inch waist. It's going to depend on my bone structure and all that. So I can't predict exactly what my waist is going to be at. But I want to be in the very low 30s or high 20s. And that's going to give me the shoulder to waist ratio that I want, with the aesthetic. That kind of goes along with the aesthetic physique. So I'm not where I need to be, but this was a huge goal for me. Losing 5 inches on the waist is huge. Another 5 inches and I'll basically be at my goal. And so I guess you could say I'm halfway there at this point. I'm gonna be documenting everything, so y'all are gonna be able to see that, and hopefully y'all come along on the ride. So one thing I definitely want y'all to do tonight, measure your waist. Don't judge it, don't even think about it. Just measure that waist In 2 weeks, measure it again. If you do everything right, you should see that waist come down, even if it's half an inch, okay? If you see that waist coming down, even if the scale doesn't look crazy, you know you're on the right pace, all right? So I don't care how big your waist is. It could be 40 inches, 50, 60, I don't care. Just measure that waist. 2 weeks later, measure it again. And when that waist comes down, I want you to comment done in the comment section. You knew you lost something on your waist. All right, short video today, but that's all I got for y'all. Lock in.